watching us from, and welcome to the broadcast. My name is Kimani, and Boniface Morethi is our sign language interpreter. Now, the government now says that funding remains a crucial element in the fight against HIV and AIDS, with about 1.3 million people living with HIV and AIDS in Kenya. Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi notes that the nation requires 30 billion shillings to serve vital commodities necessary for these ongoing public health initiatives. Dio Masharia begins our bulletin with the following report.
As the world marks World AIDS Day under the theme Overcoming Disruption, Transforming the AIDS Response, Kenya continues to position itself as a key player in lowering the prevalence of HIV and AIDS. Speaking in Nyayo Stadium at the 2025 World AIDS Day commemoration, Prime CS Musalia Mudavadi reiterated that the fight against HIV is a national duty.
The government has worked with different development partners and stakeholders to reduce the burden of treatment by providing antiretroviral drugs to eligible persons living with HIV.
We make it lighter for everyone who is living with HIV, to make it lighter on the socio-economic burden, the things that families have to go through to decide on care.
Following the U.S. government's decision to pause all its foreign assistance, Mudavadi says Kenya requires at least 30 billion shillings to secure vital commodities to cater for the 1,326,336 people living with HIV in the country.
This is a big challenge. We cannot afford to let it go because the resurgence is worrying, the resurgence is aggressive, and the resurgence needs to be checked before it finishes our young generation.
Despite HIV and AIDS persistence as a major global health concern, Kenya has made significant strides in its commitment to ending HIV and AIDS.
As at 2024, 87% of people living with HIV were on the life-prolonging antiretroviral treatment, ART, with a PMTC coverage of 90.1%. This has had a direct effect as people are now living longer and with the virus, while HIV-positive mothers are able to deliver HIV-free babies.
Consequently, continued collaboration with local and international partners guarantees life-saving medication reaches all those who need it.
The Kenya government, through the National Syndemic Diseases Control Council, has developed strategies and facilitated the right environment that allows multi-sectoral interventions and promotes public-private partnerships in addressing HIV.
According to WHO, more than 40 million people are living with HIV globally. Out of this, 10 million still lack treatment, with 1.3 million having acquired the virus in 2024. Theo Masharia for Hope TV Newswatch.
So much, Theo, for that report, and karibu sana to the team. Still at it, and Kenya and the world marked World AIDS Day today, remembering lives lost, celebrating those saved by treatment, and highlighting the fragility of progress. From Nairobi to Tharaka Nithi, hospitals and partners continue critical work amid funding cuts and rising cases. Gloria Kadha with more on this.
World AIDS Day is being observed under this year's global theme, Overcoming Disruption, Transforming the AIDS Response, a call from UNAIDS and partners to strengthening HIV services after a year of major funding disruptions that have threatened prevention and community-led programs. Globally, there is an estimated 40.8 million people living with HIV, with roughly 1.3 million new infections in 2024, figures UNAIDS released ahead of today's commemorations. In Kenya, the Ministry of Health, in partnership with county government, civil society, and organizations like AIDS Healthcare Foundation, AHF, Kenya Organization Awareness Marches, mobile HIV testing, and youth-focused medical camps. At PCH Ogoria Hospital, staff ran a community outreach through its comprehensive care center, offering HIV testing and prevention services including PrEP, PEP, ART enrollment, and PMTC. Global HIV prevention efforts are under threat due to historical funding crisis in 2025. According to UNAIDS and WHO, the disruption has scaled back critical services including PrEP and community-led outreach, leaving millions without protection. Some regions are already showing rising new HIV diagnoses. 11 out of 49 Europe countries reported increases in 2024, with Ireland specifically highlighted. Data from populous countries such as Brazil, China, Mexico, Nigeria, and Pakistan also indicated growth in new infections in recent years. In parts of Africa, services interruption risk reversing previous progress. Public health agencies emphasize the need to urgent investment and targeted programs to prevent a setback in global HIV control efforts. Reporting for Newswatch, my name is Glory Nkatha.
Thank you so much, Glory, for that report. Away from that, and President William Ruto has today fired a warning shot at politicians using goons to disrupt peace in the country. Speaking during the graduation of chiefs and assistant chiefs at the National Police College Embakasi A campus, President William Ruto directed the Inspector General of Police to take action against them. Jacob Ochiro now reports.
Less than 24 hours after the chaos that was witnessed yesterday outside a PCA church in Kariobangi North, where DCP party leader Rigathi Gachagua was attending a service, the government has undertaken measures to heighten its crackdown on goons in the country. Speaking today during the graduation of chiefs and assistant chiefs at the National Police College Embakasi A campus, President William Ruto registered his discomfort with the situation and directed the Inspector General of Police Douglas Kanja to take action.
Wale ambao wanatumia vijana kama wahuni, watu ambao wanatumika kulete fujo, kupiganisha wananchi, kulete maafa, hawa ni watu ambao hatuwezi kukubali. Na nishamueleza Inspector General wetu wa polisi kwamba watu hawa wote lazima wachukuliwe hatua kali za kisheria, ndio tukomeshe uhuni na mambo ambayo yanaharibu usalama katika taifa letu la Kenya.
Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen warned that politicians who deploy goons at their meetings are undermining chiefs and assistant chiefs, saying they are making the administrators appear incompetent while warning that their days are numbered.
In the next few months is to make sure that Your Excellency will deal with the issue of goons across the country. And I must say this, Your Excellency, this must be done without fear or favor. It must be done indiscriminately. And you know, Your Excellency, our IG and the security sector cannot condone that behavior. And what you saw yesterday in Nairobi cannot be condoned.
President Ruto also addressed the issue of gender-based violence, calling for all women to be protected.
Women are our mothers, they are our sisters, they are our wives, they are our daughters, and we must protect them.
Earlier on in the day, President Ruto launched affordable housing units at the National Police Service Embakasi A campus, which is part of the affordable housing project in a bid to give the officers dignified living standards. For Newswatch, my name is Jacob Ochiro.
So much, Jacob, for that report. Former Interior CS Fred Matiang'i has condemned the tear gas attack that disrupted a Kariobangi church service attended by former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. He says lobbing tear gas at worshippers and children in Sunday school is unacceptable and undermines the sanctity of worship, calling for accountability over the incident.
We're headed in the wrong direction as a country. So we fought for independence. We are an independent country with our constitution. How will you go to a church? We rather believe they are being. How unaingia kanisa na mnagani na polisi kupiga watu tia kwa kanisa? Hata yule ambaye anatoroka, tafadhali mwambie arudi haraka atoke kwa sababu sasa how can we bishop kama hawa wazee wanatuongoza hapa, watu wa Mungu wamewekea mikono, wanatuzungumzia eti kuingia hapa kuwapiga tiara sawa. Yaani what is happening kasumba ile ya kuswaya mpaka umelewa na uongozi na nguvu. They are trying to power.
Travelers heading up country this festive season should brace for stricter road checks as the government steps up efforts to curb Christmas and New Year accidents. Authorities have introduced a toll-free hotline where the public can report corrupt traffic officers by sending videos and exact locations as part of broader measures aimed at keeping highways safe during the holiday rush.
And any member of the public who happen to see an officer engaging himself in a corrupt practice, even if he's a passenger seated and the vehicle is stopped, then he can peep in and see that road sign. And then he do what? Then he call the relevant number, toll-free numbers. And even now I've been receiving videos of officers receiving bribes along the public roads. I can even show you one here if you want. Honest members of the public have been sending me those videos, and we normally take what? We normally take action. And I would like members of the public to complain where they have reported and action has not been taken. I welcome that.
This was therefore to agree together that we do not want any Kenyan to lose their lives during this festive season, and therefore we commit to do, each stakeholder to do their responsibilities, so that then for speed limiters, they have to ensure that speed limiters that are fitted in all vehicles provided for in law actually limit speed.
Now, technical and vocational training institutions across the country are set to benefit from 2 billion shillings released by the National Treasury. Speaking at Eldoret National Polytechnic's graduation, Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Ogamba said the funds will reach TVETs this week, alongside plans to recruit over 5,000 additional trainers starting March 2026.
As at June this year, we were at about 700,000. And we are well on our way to reach the 2 million mark by the end of 2026. The TVET sector has been having some financial challenges because HELB had not released the resources. The resources had not come through from the National Treasury, but they were released late last week. They should be able to be in the ministry's accounts today, and a portion of them that is slated for the TVET sector will be released towards the end of the week, as well as the portion that will be going to the university. So we got enough resources to release to both the TVETs and the universities. 2 billion will come to TVETs, and I think about 7 billion will go to the universities as at this week, as the end of this week. So we are well on our way to ensuring that our institutions are well resourced.
Human rights activists have called for a ceasefire in the war that has been ongoing for more than 30 months in Sudan. Speaking in Nairobi, the activists, drawn from East African nations, demanded that other countries should stop fueling the war, which they say has led to the deaths of 150,000 people so far.
Vita imeendelea kwa zaidi ya miezi 32. Zaidi ya watu 150,000 wamepoteza maisha. Over 150,000 people have been killed. Na tuwezi tukazidi kunyamaza hali ikiwa hivi. Waafrika wote lazima tujitokeze, tupaze sauti na tuongelee mambo ya Sudan.
Sudan is facing the largest humanitarian catastrophe in the whole world. And our African brothers and sisters, some are playing a good role, but also some have turned their back on us.
Kesho tutapojitokeza katika mshikamano huu, tutakuwa tunasema kwamba nchi za kigeni, nchi za nje zikome kuingilia mambo ya Sudan. Nchi za nje zikome kuingilia mambo ya Sudan. Nchi ya Saudia, nchi ya United Arab Emirates, nchi ya Misri na hata nchi ya Kenya zikome kuingilia mambo ya Sudan, kwa sababu kama hao ndio watapeleka bunduki, watapeleka silaha, na waendeleze vita ili waweze kuchukua zile rasilimali. Sisi kama Waafrika tuwezi kubali, kwa sababu hii ni mambo ambayo imefanyika katika nchi mingi zingine.
We shame the warring parties. Shame on you. Shame on you.
Shame on you.
For killing civilians. Shame on you.
Shame on you.
For massacring children.
Massacring children.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
For the genocide.
For the genocide.
Well, it's exactly 19 minutes past the top of the hour. Time now for a short break, but immediately after, I'll be back with the business and sports news. Stick around.
Hi everyone, my name is George Gishoro, a presenter with Hope TV. Thank you so very much for continuing to support us by watching all our programs. Now, we would love to serve you even better. Now, we want to know where you are watching us from and the strength of the signal. You can scan the QR code and ensure that you answer all the questions in ensuring that you are getting us loud and clear with crystal pictures. So go ahead and fill in the QR code so that we can serve you better right here at Hope TV, where you look and live.
There's a world out there searching for hope, and you can help bring it home. By becoming a friend of Hope, you're helping us share the love of Jesus through Hope FM and Hope TV. With a donation of any amount, join hands with us to bring hope and point souls to the transforming power of Jesus Christ. Become a friend of Hope today by making your donation through the M-Pesa paybill number 933933, account FOH. For more information on how to become a friend of Hope, call 0116-212-723 or email customerexperience@hopefm.org or visit www.hopemediakenya.org. Friends of Hope, keeping hope alive.
Newswatch. Now let's get down to business. NCBA Bank has renewed its drive to strengthen Kenya's SME sector after celebrating 24 entrepreneurs who completed the Strathmore Business School Enterprise Development Program. The bank says the 16-week course equips business owners with leadership skills, strategy, and tools to scale sustainability.
My biggest mindset shift in this program was when I started the business, I was very personal. I didn't want to delegate. I was doing everything. But now when I came to this program, through the sessions we went through, we were trained, if we want this business to be sustainable, the business should live beyond the founder and the owner. So that really changed my mindset, because I was so much afraid bringing people on board because I had fears they will not do it the way I would do it. But now, with understanding the long-term and sustainability of the business, my mind had to change.
We carefully curate what partnerships will be of value to our customers, and they all meet different needs and support us to do many more things, and effectively and ultimately they expand the space of what is possible. They help us to remove the barriers. They help us to build the expertise, so that then we're able to then tap onto global expertise in some of these instances, and therefore then enable and empower our entrepreneurs to do much, much more at a greater scale, at a greater security, and a greater access also to finance.
Now, farmers in Western Kenya are being encouraged to embrace drought-resistant seeds to tackle climate change and increase crop yields. Speaking at Kibabii University during the Agribusiness Expo, the Executive Director of the Eastern Africa Grains Council, Gerald Masila, highlighted new seed varieties and farming solutions on display.
So from the seed varieties to the treating of the land in terms of how you do the agronomy and the crop management with what we call minimum tillage and conservation agriculture technologies. They are all here. We're also doing other technologies that address climate change, like water harvesting, and indeed there are water harvesting solutions, and including how to minimize evapotranspiration and loss of water from the soil. And they go around all these plots, meet the seed companies who have done these exhibition plots that give certain education and information to the farmers.
Toka kupanda hadi kuvuna, na wakati unapotumia mbolea uko 100% sure hakuna chemical ndani. Ni kwa sababu tunahimiza wakulima waweze kutoka katika zile mbolea za kizungu ambazo ziko na kemikali nyingi na zinatuletea madhara ya kiafya.
Nyumbani nilikuwa napanda, hata ninachukua ya nini mahindi ya mimi mwenyewe nikifuna mahindi, naokota tu mahindi, alafu naanika inakauka, na alafu narutisha kwa shamba ninapanda. Lakini hapa saa hii nimejifunza niende kwa duka ninunue mahindi, nipandie mbolea, tena nifanye top dressing mara 2. Sasa saa hii nimejifunza kupanda, nitafuna mahindi.
Into some sport in action now. Nairobi United's Confederation Cup campaign is in trouble after a 1-0 home loss to AS Maniema Union left them bottom of Group B with 2 straight defeats. Substitute Mboma Kinda broke the deadlock in the 66th minute, and despite late pressure, Naiboys could not find a response. The Kenyan side now turns to a must-win double-header against Tanzania's Azam FC in January as they fight to keep their continental hopes alive. Moving on swiftly, KCB FC clawed back a vital point after holding Kakamega Homeboys to a 1-1 draw in a tense FKF Premier League clash at Bohungu Stadium. A late winner for the Bankers was ruled out for offside, with coach Robert Matano praising his side's fight but calling for sharper finishing as they now prepare to face Sofapaka this weekend.
First half we played good football, good determination, good show, but the referee denies us a win. We are supposed to collect 3 points. Of course, yes, we lost chances, but it's a starting point, and also we are going in. After losing those matches, we are coming strongly. This is what we did today, and the confidence, and the composure, and purpose, urgency, I saw it today. The strong team, number 2 on table, but also referee, they should be fair. At least the best team should win.
Kenya's Junior Stars will face Ethiopia in a must-win playoff tomorrow for a ticket to next year's Under-17 AFCON. Both teams dropped out in the semi-finals, with Kenya falling 3-1 to Tanzania, who became the first CAF side to qualify. Ethiopia beat Kenya 1-0 in the group stage, but a revenge victory now will seal Kenya's place at the continental showpiece ahead of the Uganda-Tanzania final.
Yeah, I think and believe by what we've seen today in the recovery session, I think the boys are on, the team is on, and we all have one goal from the first time we came in this tournament. Our aim was to qualify for the AFCON, and we believe as a team, we believe as a players, as much as we didn't book that ticket in the finals, we still have a chance to make it tomorrow through third playoffs. So for us, we are up, the team is on, and it will be a good fight tomorrow.
And finally, Harambee Starlets wrapped up the Algeria tour with a solid 1-1 draw in Blida, showing clear improvement ahead of next year's WAFCON. Monalima Adam struck in the 65th minute after dominant second-half display, but a stoppage time equalizer denied Kenya a rare away win.
Two friendly matches, we lost the first one. We drew the second one. It could have been better because from the first one we took a lot of lessons. We worked on them, and it could be seen that we were giving our best to make sure that we capitalize on the opponent's weakness, and we do our best where we can do. We're grateful that we were able to get again another goal. We were hoping for a win, but this shows us that there are some things that we still need to work on, especially on mental toughness, on mental preparation, and on a lot of concentration, especially in the dying minutes, and immediately we score. It could have been seen that when we score, sometimes opponent we struggle again against the opponent to come back, but immediately we are able to contain. Then we play better again.
Well, with that, we come to the end of our news tonight. Many thanks to you for making time to watch Hope TV Newswatch. On behalf of the amazing team that made this bulletin a success, have yourselves a blessed night. My name is Kennedy Kimani, and Boniface Morethi has been our sign language interpreter.